Right, I have not done this for far too long, but I'm going to give you a little overview of one of the new factions that I've introduced into Legate of the Ninth, which is the Caledonians? Yeah, Caledonians, basically the Scottish. They are designed to be heavy kind of hitters, so first strike kind of infantry. They have scare, so they shit people up quite a lot. And do a lot of damage on their charge, but because of the kind of nature of that, the exhaustive nature of that, they can't really stay in combat too long, but as you can see in a minute, they don't really need to. This is probably one of the shortest battles I've ever had with my mod. Just the minute I'm scouting with my general, because a lot of these units have stealth, so they can just appear out of nowhere, which is terrifying in itself. As you can see here, I've got some fierce swords who are kind of the uniform infantry of the Caledonians at the minute. I'll probably end up changing things around because I haven't really done much with them yet. I still need to add up a lot of textures because at the minute I'm just using Legionnaires Armies mod as like a texture thing with some little things added here or there. Got some druids. So yeah, they're basically some like naked kind of swordsmen, naked warriors, whatnot, that kind of thing, mixed with a lot of British infantry. And as you can see, well, not right now, but because of the light armour that a lot of these guys use, they go down pretty quickly to arrow fire, to javelin fire, like this. Jesus Christ, that's a lot of dead people. But yeah, as you can see here, the oops, yeah, my game is actually starting to lag with the amount of missiles that are just cracking these guys open. But yeah, all the javelins do really large amounts of damage to these guys. But as you can see, these guys are frightened by the enemy unit, and they've taken like 30 odd guys off in just the charge, so these guys are now wavering. I have to admit, this wasn't the best one I've ever done. I didn't play this battle particularly well. I've done better in the past against these guys, and these guys started routing before I'd even realised they'd routed. Because usually I managed to hold this front line for a little bit longer, but this time I didn't, because I've just tried it a few times before and failed both times. But oh well, yeah, and then they get stuck in my archers, and then my whole front line just goes. These guys, first cohort, managed to give like a rallying and inspirational buff to my units, but it doesn't particularly work that well. And then my second line here, with all the archers running behind them, managed to loose off a few javelin shots before they get into range, but not much. And then the horde comes running in, which I can tell you is scary. So yeah, at the minute, none of these guys have been killed, but these guys are wavering already because they're very tired. So even though they've managed to break through my front line and done it really damn quickly, because they're absolutely knackered after that. Oh, they've taken away my archers. I have to send in my general here because I was worried about these guys getting flanked, because these guys were not happy. But yeah, luckily I managed to get most of these guys to rout because they were tired. You'll see in a second, because at the minute they're still battering away on my legionaries. See, these guys, which were like 160 a minute ago, you just saw it, are now down to 120 in just a very short amount of time. And these guys are still firing away, but not doing particularly that effective work, as all the legionaries here are in their way, and it's uphill as well, so that doesn't help. But yeah, these guys are getting bloody mauled. So he pulls his general out here. This is the AI, by the way, not an actual person. And then these guys managed to shatter because I've taken away a fair portion of their army, and now they're all not so happy with what they're doing. Now I just pulled my infantry into a big kind of a blob to try and take out all these guys, because all these guys are shattered now. It's just their heroic riders that are left. And so I chase after his guys and use my rapid advance, which is kind of like a sprint button. It's really useful for taking down fleeing units or kind of showing off surprises, things like that. It is actually something that's really, really needed in my mod. And now it's just cleaning up, just chasing after these guys because the battle's won now. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed that, and I will show you the Batavi next time, but that may be a little while because I haven't quite finished them. But that should be fun. I'm going to also do a teaser trailer for 69 AD, which is my upcoming mod. So, narrative campaign should be interesting. Anyway, farewell.